Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. Today I'm guided to do message from your guides. Message from your guides for this specific collective. So let's start from how are you feeling right now in those recent days, how you've been feeling to confirm that this is your collective. And then we're just going to tap into your energy and messages. All right. How is this collective feeling? Oh, that's really nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. All right, what do we have? What do we have? We have strength. That's your first card. We have illumination. Illumination. That's sort of a sun energy. I'm seeing my sun card, but I'm also hearing maybe an ascension. We'll tap into that in a moment. We have movement. We have a little disruption as well, but that's your last card. So overall, your first row, it's a very nice energy. To have strength and illumination, you would be standing in your strength right now. You would be feeling, I'm hearing, very empowered. Very, like, I know the way. I know the way right now, right? Something has been shown to you. Something has been illuminated to you. We have that movement. Let's confirm. Let's confirm, because I'm hearing a few things with that movement. Strength. Where are you pulling on your strength and building your strength? Strength. We have magic. Magic. That agrees with that empowerment. I feel like this collective, you would be standing not only in your strength, but in your mission. In that beautiful authenticity, in loving your magic. It's like your magic gives you strength. What? Too many. Illumination. Reflection. Reflection. So we say this all the time, right? Not just relationships are our reflection. Anything in external world is a reflection of us. This is how we truly heal. This is what most people don't understand. Anything in external world is a reflection of you, right? So when we say that, in a journey of healing, in a journey of empowerment, this is this misconception of manifestation, right? You are the creator of your own reality. The fact that you are creator of your own reality doesn't mean that you snap and you have 5 million on your bank account, or you snap, you have like 3 houses, or that specific person. It means creating your reality means that what you receive, you teach yourself to surrender, and you teach yourself that the magic resides in how you react. Right? Because when we are truly healed, when we are truly balanced, truly centered, whatever comes our way, it becomes sort of a neutral, right? Yes, we struggle. Yes, we feel pain. We're humans. Yes, we feel sometimes anxiety, but it's sort of doesn't throw us off course, doesn't change who we are, doesn't change your whole existence. It's just life. It sort of happens. Right? Things sort of happen. We don't have to know it all, understand it all, make sense of it. It just happens. So I feel like that's something that's been shown to you recently. You would be very much aware of this, that it's always a reflection. So when someone says something to you, for as long as you react, for as long as you get triggered, for as long as it changes your sort of a vibration, even if it's at the moment, it means that they're reflecting something within you that haven't been yet healed. Because when we're healed, again, we just allow things to be. We just allow things to be. So even if you're not there yet, I feel like that's something that would have been illuminated to you in a recent time. It's like you understand that the external world is something that helps us to understand ourselves better, right? And it's funny because, I recently saw someone, and it's true and it's not. There's a statement, there's a reason it's coming to my mind. There's a statement that they say that we heal in relationships, right? And it is true, but it's only true for people who are not self-aware. When you become self-aware, when you start to walk the path of active journey of healing, right? You don't need a relationship to reflect something to you, because you know your shadows, you know yourself. So healing in a relationship is something that happens, yes, for most people, because not many people are truly self-aware. But we subconsciously put ourselves in relationships, usually karmics or like soul contracts, because we don't have the capacity to see our own shortcomings, to see our own woundings, to see our own lessons that we need to learn. You would know this collective. You would know that you don't need to put yourself in any kind of situation, because it's the self-awareness. What's this movement? And in reality, when you are in that place, all you can attract into your orbit when it comes to relationship is a true soul connection, right? That's what people don't understand. They feel like they heal in the relationship, but all you're going to attract is something that's going to go. Pain wanted to come through. Success. That's what I was hearing a few things. I was hearing that maybe also movement like on your journey, but success. So this would be a career sort of a success. Career, your path, your mission. I feel like it's just this empowerment. You would have had this moment in recent times. Maybe you still struggle with some limiting beliefs. Maybe you still didn't understand why certain things happen. Maybe you were pushing and things were not happening. And it's like you stood in your power. And sometimes, yes, I believe everything happens for a reason. Yes, I believe everything is a test and an opportunity to grow. But sometimes when we're not understanding things, it's like I'm trying so hard, things are not happening. What do I always say to you guys when we say this? I'm trying so hard, things are not happening. Entitlement, expectation. So sometimes we just have to say, I'm trying so hard. End of the statement. That's it. I create my reality not through wanting outcome of what I do, but I create my reality through accepting that I have all I need. This is abundance. I always say to you guys, this is the actual explanation of abundance. Abundance is not money, not cars, not followers. Abundance is having what you need in a specific moment of time to fulfill your mission, and trusting the universe will provide to you what you need in the physical world to fulfill your mission. So maybe you were thinking about these things that you're no longer going to ask, you're just going to accept. One more for that disruption, because overall everything is beautiful, but I want to clarify that disruption. Happiness. I'm hearing there's a fear at the bottom of the deck, so maybe you were fighting with your fear, but I'm hearing nothing's gonna disrupt my happiness. Literally, that's what I'm hearing. And that's the spirit. It's such a difficult, mindset to achieve. It really requires this collective. You would have been years on this journey, on a journey of healing, on a journey of trying to understand life, to reach that moment when you feel my magic is my strength. Who I am is my strength. Nothing and no one will ever take away from me who I am. It's impossible. That's why I always say to you guys, this is our most valuable currency and possession. Our body, our authenticity, our spirit, our essence. They can take away from us, what we have, what we possess, our houses, our cars, or, they will never take away who we are. This is your strength, your unique individual frequency. These days, the modern world, the patriarchal, society, the matrix we live in, all they want to do is make us same. Everyone same furniture from IKEA, same clothes from H&M. Everyone is supposed to look the same way. Your house is supposed to look the same way. There's, trends and there's fashion. Why? Because they know that our true unique frequency, our true authentic frequency is unique. Unique. There's no one else like you on this world. You have your own gifts. And yes, maybe there are people who have similar gifts, but they're going to have different characters, different missions. There's always uniqueness within you, and that is your magic. There's a reason There's a reason it's coming to my mind, right? So maybe you caught yourself, in realizations that you were comparing yourself to others, that you were comparing and trying to evaluate your success. It's something that they teach us from early age. Why are you not like your colleague who's like always has his books with him? Why are you not like your brother? Because I'm not my brother. I'm me. My frequency is unique. There's no other person on this earth like you. You would be thinking about this. You would be thinking, I feel like this collective, you liberated yourself. Maybe it's been a strong shadow of yours that you've been always, I don't know why I just heard like modeling and beauty industry. It may be a detail just for a few of you. Maybe it's something confirmation. Maybe it's something that you have experience with, or you it's a very cruel world out there, right? It's a very cruel world that you constantly being compared, and you have to fit into specific mold, into specific trends, very objectifying. Maybe you have that experience. I feel like you would have had some sort of a trauma. So if it's not that specific detail, perhaps you always, you've been trying to either compare to other people or push to a certain mold. So you learn these mechanisms, and maybe now on your journey you were comparing yourself. I always say this, it's such a unique journey when we, as divine feminines, we get awakened to our mission, to our path. We start, like looking around and comparing ourselves to other women. Oh, but she was already successful after a few months, but she was already making money on what she does after. For some of feminists, it will take months. For some, it will take long years to tap into abundance from our craft. We all have our unique path and our unique lessons as well. And sometimes, and we can, catch ourselves in that mindset. What am I doing wrong? Maybe there are some blockages. You have to just there are no blockages. I don't have to understand why this is happening. Okay. What do I always say to you guys? We are like a rat in a maze. What we see is this, but their guides in the universe, they see from top, they see the whole quantum field, right? And even if you're a psychic and you have access to quantum field, I always say this to you guys, we see everything for anyone, but we don't see our own path for a good reason. We have no idea what's going to happen on our own path. When we're going to activate abundance, love, we don't know, for a good reason. If you truly are, you work with people, you have your magic, maybe you activate it, it's like your clairs as a channel. You can see these things for other people, not for yourself. Again, and for a good reason. To let go. So, maybe things are not happening for me just yet. I don't need to understand why. Whatever. I'll just focus on doing what I know that I need to do. I feel like that was your illumination. But I also feel we have that movement and success. I'm hearing that it may not, we're going to tap into your energy. It may not necessarily been like an actual physical success, right? But I feel like because you change your mindset, it's like you unlocked something within yourself. So maybe you're finding yourself to be more motivated, because when we expect something in return, right? So we do certain work. Let's say you're a content creator, or you're you have a specific mission, things that you talk about. When you expect that people are going to start watching you, liking your videos, commenting, if it's not happening, you get disencouraged. And when you get it through your head that I do this for me, I do this because it's my mission, I could as well do that if one person would be watching me, and that person can be my mother, right? And I would still do that. I feel like you understood partially that, and you unlocked more motivation, more movement, more inner movement. It's like, I'm not going to allow the conformism of this world, the rules of this world, the conditioning of this world, the fact that, and I say this to you guys all the time, and it's something that I would hear a lot as well. The more raw you are, the more honest you are, the more authentic you are, the more your messages really want to, you have to look at this world, right? as a pyramid, because so it's coming to my mind for a reason. Sometimes we don't understand. We feel like I have so much wisdom to share, right? So maybe you create content about things that really matter in life. But here's the thing. Most people don't want to hear things about things that matter in life. Okay, they want to watch stand up, they want to watch videos of people falling, and they want to watch comedy, they want to watch people making fools of themselves. So the most ridiculous content will always get more views. It's like, right? So you have to understand, this is why you cannot compare. There's a reason it's coming to my mind. So this collective, you would really, your mission and your job would really be important. It would be linked to you spreading messages that really matter for this world. Something to open people's eyes. Beautiful energy, not a single. We did have fear at the bottom of the deck. I feel like that's something that you had, that you're not going to make it. It's like something shifted in your energy. All right, let's do your overall energy on your beautiful journey. How's it looking? Your energy. What's your energy right now? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Newly ignited passion, newly found passion. That's what I was hearing for you. It's like there was a limiting belief that without you knowing, it was causing you to burn out. It was causing you not to have motivation. And it's human, it's understandable. When we have so much to say, when we receive important downloads, and when we feel like we know certain things that could change people's mindset, that could change this world, and we share them, and it's just like literally no response, we get disencouraged. And this is why we always have to understand, I do things for me, I do things for my mission. I don't care who's gonna listen, I don't care who's gonna want to change, right? And that creates that energy of, I take my motivation from me. I don't need anyone to applaud. I don't need anyone to pay me for what I do. I don't need anyone to give me a medal or an award, because I know it matters. Confirmation. Beautiful. What else? What else? What? We have the moon. We have the moon. Blocking. I'm hearing a couple of things with we have that Eight of Wands, that movement. I'm hearing a couple of things with this. One is that, yes, maybe a power of this eclipse. It is something that maybe you, here's the thing about, all those astrological, just like with everything, right? Just like with everything. When we use things for our benefit, understanding that it's us who need to change, then we really harvest energy from this universe to help us grow. But when we use these things as excuse, it's not going to change anything, okay? So I'm going to give you an example, because I notice this in people when it comes to like eclipses and stuff like that. When you say, okay, it's eclipse season, it means that, you really, maybe you are interested, some of you are interested in, astrology, so like you understand. And let's take this eclipse as an example, right? I was explaining to you guys, it's going to be in Pisces, it's going to be in a square to Shiva in Northern Node. So it's like, okay, it's an opportunity to heal my masculine, to activate my masculine power, to align with Northern Nodes, to remove what's not serving. Let's go. Let's do this, right? If you have that mindset, that event, you will be able to harvest its energy, right? But if your mindset is, oh, I'm not feeling too well, it must be the eclipse, so I'm just going to wait through, I'm going to do nothing. Excuses. It's similar to when I sometimes notice people, there's a reason it's coming to my mind, for star sign, right? So if you say, okay, I understand that I'm a Capricorn, I must say I'm a Taurus, right? So I understand that these are certain things that's going to be like the energies when my body was brought into this world, influenced the biology, chemistry, energy of my body. So I have to know how to work with this. So these can be my shadows, these can be things that I'm great at. then you're going to actually harvest this energy. But if you're one of those people, I am like this because I'm a Taurus, whatever. This is this difference between being the master of your destiny and victim of your fate. So people who say, I believe in destiny, but I cannot do anything about it. And people who say, I believe in destiny, I believe in all these energies, let's go. It's an opportunity for me to magnetize and to create my reality, as we mentioned. So there's a reason it's coming to my mind. Maybe I'm hearing as well, you are someone who talks about these things, and you've been a little bit frustrated how people misunderstand your messages. Listen, it's always going to happen. If you're a messenger of truth, a messenger of light, a light worker, and you leave important messages out there, there's always going to be someone who's going to take it and twist it and completely misunderstand it. It is not your problem. That's why you have to let that go. Let the outcome go. You do your job, and what happens with that, not in your job description, right? So I feel like maybe some shadows of yours that were illuminated in this beautiful season, something in your subconscious mind. In this specific card, we do have that reflection, and we had that reflection card, right? So I'm hearing that you saw yourself in a different light. It's like you took off the pressure, because it's not our job to fix the world, right? It's not our job. It's healer wound. It's healer wound. So maybe that's something that you haven't fully addressed. When us healers, we have our mission, right? We have our mission. We have to speak the words of our truth, of our wisdom. We have to do specific things. We have to build platforms, show up for others. But we cannot influence what really happens then. And I always say this to you guys, us healers, we don't magically heal people. It's not like we touch someone and we emit healing frequency. Yes, we have healing powers, right? Yes, we know how to harvest these energies from the universe, channel them, and send them towards people. But if someone is not willing to receive, someone is not willing to be open, someone is not willing to adjust their own frequency to that healing frequency, there's not much we can do about this. And it's oftentimes, people who treat these things, tarot, attunements, it's like they want to test it, right? So they come to you and like, oh, that's not true. Oh, that's not working. That healing is not working, because it's you. It's you. It's you, right? So if I do a healing session, if I create an attunement, you have to accept it. You have to allow it. You have to surrender to it. You have to consciously or subconsciously, but really with an intention, adjust the frequency of your body so it accepts it. And healers who get disencouraged because certain people are not healing, are not progressing, are not understanding, is because you have a healer wound. You create an expectation, right? There's a reason it's coming to my mind. Let's do 2 more for your first row. We have the Lovers, and we have 5 of Wands. We have 5 of Wands. It's funny how we have similar cards that from the other deck, because we were seeing that right, and that 5 of Wands is a bit of a disruption card. I'm hearing with these Lovers, it's more of a your frequency. It's more of a your something. It's like something was missing. We're all meant to embody frequency of love. I feel like there was still, this is your energy. You would be working on this, so this is still in your energy, but perhaps this is still a little bit of internal conflict. You had that illumination, right? But it's only normal and natural that from the moment of illumination, from the moment of download, from the moment of receiving certain energies, we need time to ground this energy in our existence, in our body. To really, I always say this to you guys, we don't become divine feminine, we don't become centered from one day to another. It's a process. And in that process of transition, we go in and out, we have to really learn to work with these frequencies. Overall, I feel like you would be feeling in that, again, newly found motivation, newly found passion. I'm hearing your heart is filled with love, really is filled with love, but there's still a little bit of internal conflict that you would be aware of, and you would be working on that. Let's clarify. Ace of Wands. The Chariot. Yes, the Chariot. Ooh, so powerful. I feel like you really unlocked something. You really unlocked something. And I feel for the first time, it's coming to my mind, I'm hearing that for the first time you understand that unlocking something means for yourself energetically. So maybe in the past when you were watching readings or when you were going on sessions with your healer, right? Ow! I burned myself with with that incense. I wanted to like shake it, and oh my god, it hurts. Sorry. What was I saying? Maybe in the past when you were watching readings or you were going to your healer and they would say, I can see a change, I can see a shift, I can see something is coming towards you, you would automatically go towards physical things. So you would think that, okay, maybe my person is coming back, maybe I'm gonna start making more money, I'm going to start having more views, more customers, because this collective sort of is very career mission centered right now, right? But now you understand that if a big forward movement is coming and a big new beginning is coming, it may as well mean shifts of your mindset. So in your external world, remember, our external world is always a byproduct and a consequence of our internal frequency, but it doesn't happen from one day to another. So what really matters is to constantly raise our vibration, shift our frequency towards light, right? But you have unlocked some sort of a forward movement. You have unlocked a new passionate beginning, because now for the first time you understand. And again, it's okay. Give yourself grace. If you're going to be going like a little bit in and out and sometimes have a little bit of doubts, it's okay. We're humans. I always say this. We're not supposed to be perfect. We're supposed to be growing and expanding. If this life was about perfection, our soul wouldn't want to come here. They would stay in spirit realms where they are perfection, light, stardust, right? So it's not about perfection. It's about accepting things for what they are, accepting yourself for who you are, loving yourself for who you are. I say this all the time, and I've mentioned this in yesterday's reading. When we become this divine, feminine, empowered, persona, it's not like we really, when you start, for example, to love your body, it's not because your body changes. It's because you learn to love it. And I think I've mentioned this in a couple of weeks ago in a reading. This is where the true shift happens. Sometimes nothing is changing in our external world. For us to notice, 808 on a timer, for us to notice that, okay, nothing has changed in my external world, but I see it differently. So maybe the change was within me all this time. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. I'm reading this as sort of an incoming burst of emotions. Incoming burst of emotions. We have the Wheel of Fortune and we have Hanged Man. So what I'm hearing in your energy, it's like perhaps in recent seasons, you did notice that you had some emotions coming to you out of the blue without you understanding. Remember what we said with your previous spread. It's like you're not trying to analyze things anymore. It's like, it's okay. I'm just gonna, it's this acceptance. It's let it be. Do you know this song? I love this song. And Mother Mary, come to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. It's such a beautiful song. Listen to that song. It's the frequency of the song, the music, it really does. It really brings the energy of Mother Mary, of that, the archetype of Mother Mary, that compassion, that understand. Let it be. Let it be. All you can control is what you do and how you react. That's it. You cannot force people to hear your messages, to change the way you change, to heal the way you healed. Let it be. Let it be. And I feel you really surrendered.